back on the field.
This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And his team start to get a feel for one another here early in the season, Doris. What are you looking for as a team leader when you're a coach, when you're starting to look for that chemistry element? What's most important, you think, in getting that team vibe to come together?
I think a few things. I think most importantly, perhaps, is that star or the two stars on these respective teams. It goes a long way toward chemistry and establishing a culture of winning when your best player is your hardest worker. That's the first thing. The other thing you're looking for is what happens when adversity sets in. You know, when things are flowing and there's winning going on, it's easy. And sometimes things can get glossed over. If you are establishing winning, I think the most important thing you want to see is a little bit of adversity for your team, because inevitably that's going to come. And how do we react? I think it's important not to get discouraged, to make sure you keep your head up. And again, I would say your most or your best players have got to set the tone where that's concerned.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Melo and Porzingis, the two stars at the forward spots. Derrick Rose is out there with Lee, and it's Noah in at the 5. Here's Dang. Offensive rebound. Here's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
The guy, that's the shot he'll take, again, if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
And there it is for him.
Porzingis not going to float like a butterfly. He's looking to go to work on the interior.
Rose against Rubio. Towns the screen. And it's Wiggins missing. Here's New York. Here's Anthony. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Now, I'm not sure how much more we can say about this guy's offensive game. He's so gifted. Plays like that are just simply routine at this point. You know, Carmelo has had success playing at that power forward or the, quote, skill 4 role. It certainly fits the direction this league is trending.
For New York, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Poke loose, and it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Got a piece of it. Towns with the steal. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. And as we have a moment now, let's take a look at the three-pointer to two-pointer shot ratio here in the postseason for Minnesota. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Rubio against Rose. That's tipped out of bounds. New York takes possession.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Rubio. He had a strong showing last season. 2nd in steals, and of course he was also top 5 in assists. With his court vision, one of the league's premier playmakers.
Rose gets to Lee, and it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. And now let's have a look at the teams that were last year's best from the free throw line. Number 1, the Knicks. In 4th, the Timberwolves.
You're not going to find many teams that were as polished from the free throw line as these two clubs a season ago. And the one thing about Rose is that, he can still get up for the big matchups. Whenever he faces another great point guard, he seems to play at his best level and loves to push himself and is willing to step up to the challenge. Let's just hope that he can eventually get back to that all-star caliber presence he had just a few years ago.
Here's the dish to Jang. Rose against Rubio. Here's Dang. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Jang's got his second basket.
Wow, able to survey over the top of defenses as well as squeeze into tight quarters. Rubio is the consummate playmaker.
Noah, the pass to Rose. Noah, the screen. Rose attacking. Rubio with it. On the wing, Wiggins. From about 16, here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Just such work ethic. Towns brutal on the offensive glass.
Here's Anthony. You can't get that one. Wiggins with some nice D. And with Rose and his injuries, it's not easy for him to put in a work day every day, but as you said, he can light it up on the big stage.
And that is why he's such a threat. Even with his numbers being somewhat diminished, Rose knows what it takes to be a successful player at the highest level. You only wish he wasn't robbed of so much of his game due to injuries. Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Once they allow him to get that deep, it's over. Turn the lights out.
Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Well, spacing the floor with Levine hitting from range, the offense benefits greatly.
Rose dishes to Noah. Back to Rose. Noah the screen. Rose kicks it to Noah. And finished off by Noah.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Pass to Levine. Towns at the elbow. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Doris, a lot of people knew that Towns would be good in the NBA, but just how quickly he has established himself as a defensive force is very impressive. You can see how he impacts decisions that opponents are making on the floor around him.
Yeah, I think Towns is always lurking and always aware of what the opposite offense is thinking about, and so he gets a lot of his blocks from the shooter, didn't even know Cat was in position to block it. And what's really impressive is how versatile Cat is with who he can match up with and his defense individually in one-on-one situations.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Muhammad's checked in. Rose goes in. 5 to shoot. And here's Anthony for 3. No good. And Minnesota now the other way.
He hasn't gotten many to go this quarter, but he's still trying to find that consistency.
And Muhammad has it in the corner. Puts it up from 12. Knicks with the rebound.
Looked like it might drop for him, and you know, that has to frustrate him just a bit. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor.
Rose passes to Anthony. It's deflected out to Lee. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. Another shot.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Minnesota. Bielitsa, he checks in for Jen. And Tyus Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
I'd say one thing you've got to love about Ricky Rubio is that air of excitement he brings to the floor. You simply never know when he's going to fire off an amazing pass that splits defenders. It's must-see TV when this guy is out in front of the break.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and Going to take a break here and talk it over.
Yeah, I like the stoppage in the action. Regroup, devise a new strategy moving forward.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. And Stevenson's checked in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's done in for Tyus Jones. And Rubio certainly does have that flair for the dramatic when he's on the floor. Reminds you, in fact, Doris, a little bit of Jason Williams.
Well, if you're talking about exciting basketball to watch, that is the highest compliment you can pay. It's not easy to demand the attention of a crowd with your passing skills alone. And Rubio has managed to do that with his on-court wizardry.
Dunn kicks to Bielitsa. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Hernan Gomez passes to Jennings. Over to the wing. A wide open look here for Holiday. And the Knicks miss again.
What a great opportunity. Nice open look. You'll take those anytime you can get an uncontested shot.
And Muhammad kicks to Bielitsa. The 19-foot shot. Towns, no luck. Knicks trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Dunn dishes to Muhammad. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Muhammad's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Muhammad with the steal. Dunn passes to Towns. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony. He's coming off an excellent season. He put up about 22 points a game, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Knicks trail by 9. He dishes it to O'Quinn. Back to Anthony. And the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got 5.
Yeah, that's what you can do when you've got a great handle. Anthony is always able to put it on the deck and get to the rim.
Dunn kicks to Stevenson. That one, no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. Anthony drives in. Rob. Now Dunn. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Towns. The shot is good off the backboard. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Yeah, this is one of the better catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA already. Towns doing everything these days.
For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded by Jennings. Dunn kicks to Towns. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Towns has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Just scoring with great confidence, having a very nice quarter here.
Jennings kicks to Anthony. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. O'Quinn dishes to Jennings. Good on the bucket. Jennings has got his first 2 points of the night.
And, you know, you like the soft touch from O'Quinn, both shooting and there with the pass.
There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Dunn kicks to Stevenson. Pass to Bielitsa. Shot clock at 5. Stevenson against Howard. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Knicks trail by 9, and Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
Here's Dunn, looking for his first basket still in this one. Kicks it to Pekovic. Right wing from the baseline. That's good from Dunn on the assist from Pekovic.
Already seizing control of this game.
two teams in very different modes right now. One playing with energy and passion at both ends, and the other wishing for a reset button on this game.
Stevenson drives in, stolen by Holiday. One-on-one here. Here's Kuzminskis, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's how they're going to trim this lead. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
And we reached the... Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't.
Well, and Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. Hey, with a little more luck, he may still be that.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
The activity allowing them to pressure the ball, jump into passing lanes, anything they're doing to disrupt the offense.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Minnesota, Shabazz Muhammad is out there at Bielitz. That's Lance Stevenson. Then there's Dunn, and it's Bekovic in at the 5, down low. And New York making a change here. Porzingis is checked in. Stevenson against Lee. A baseline jam. And he overshot that one, missing. Knicks trail by 6.
Boy, you can look back on the storied history of the New York Knickerbockers. A lot of huge moments for the franchise. I guess if I'd have to pick one or two moments that define my memories, Willis Reed certainly coming out of the tunnel. That's something you hear from generation to generation. And then obviously the drafting of Patrick Ewing.
Dunn passes to Muhammad. Here's Bielitz. Bekovic dishes to Muhammad. Holiday with the block. And a wide open look for Lee. And again, New York with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Dunn kicks to Muhammad. Here's Bielitz. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's Dunn in the corner. And he lays it straight in. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
And the explosion to the hoop. Dunn finishing in style.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Dunn. No luck on the running jump shot. Here's New York. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Holiday, the pass to Rose. To the right side. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Yeah, terrific all-around effort from the defense. They were not going to let him finish over them.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
Count that one. 6 points for Porzingis.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Stevenson against Lee. And it's Stevenson missing. New York trailing. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. The Timberwolves have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And Muhammad kicks to Dunn. Back to Muhammad. Takes the 3. Stevenson drives in. Good work there as it goes.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
That kind of ability to adjust in the air is the only way to do it when you're faced with that much of a size disadvantage in the paint.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for New York. Anthony comes in for Justin Holiday.
Great job on the glass. Body's down low, needing to fight for position. That's perfect.
Tips it, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, the definition of an effort player. Zhang shows off that high motor, converts off the glass. Nice.
Got that one up quick. Lee's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Wiggins dishes to Zhang. Back to Wiggins. Here's the teardrop.
Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
Minnesota with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Just 3 to shoot. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Tipped away. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Knicks trail by 3. Outside Rose. Inside Noah. The shot no good. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Rose against Rubio, and it's Towns penetrating. Now here's Zhang. He's got it.
Oh, my. He's just getting nasty on him now, fella.
You know, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out the really slick moves. Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for New York. And when you see Zhang, you don't expect a player, Doris, of his size to be a threat from outside, but he has a very much in the mid-range, and it's getting better every year, it seems.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. Zhang can definitely face up and knock shots down. Enough, certainly, to keep other big men honest when he steps out into clear space. And also helps a lot that every time he gets to the free throw line, he's been solid there.
Noah in the post. Defended by Towns. Levine wide open. Sinks the triple. And it's a 10-point Minnesota lead.
This is what Levine's working on, pulling up when the defense gives it to him.
Jennings against Rubio. Jennings passes to Porzingis. New York, no good that time either.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Levine kicks to Towns. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Porzingis.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Jennings drives in. Anthony in the corner. It's back to Jennings. The inside, guarded by Levine, and Noah with the slam.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, no threes for him in the second after drilling one in the first.
Jennings can't get it to go.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Zhang dishes to Wiggins. Goes up on the wing, and that's good for 2. Wiggins has got 4 this quarter.
Well, there's that in-between game, right? Wiggins silky smooth from the start.
Jennings passes to Noah, and the basket is good.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Back to Rubio. Wiggins against Anthony. Rubio with a wide open look. It's Wiggins at the top of the key. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Wiggins has got 9 points.
It's been lights out here in the second, and that's after a pretty good showing in the first.
Anthony kicks it to Noah. Outside Jennings. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. It's back to Jennings. Jennings can't get that one to fall. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City. Wiggins inside the line. Again, Wiggins missing.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
At 7'3", yes, he can dunk. But with that athleticism and his sense for the dramatic and his flair, look out, folks. He can be special.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Good. Knicks trail by 10, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. Last season, he played outstanding. 8th in rebounding, 8th in field goal percentage, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
.102 left to play in the first half. Anthony in the corner. Lee outside. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves leading by 10. Rubio dishes to Wiggins. From about 16. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, very difficult to defend when he gets into this kind of rhythm, which has been all quarter long.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. That one is on Towns. Justin Holiday's checked in for Lee. The Knicks have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. When you're taken first overall, like Karl Anthony Towns was, you are expected to be an all-star. But you know what, Doris? I'm not sure if many thought Towns would be a generational talent, as he's on track to be in his young career.
Yeah, I think it's rare to see a player be taken first overall and actually exceed expectations. At every step of the way, Towns has worked hard and exceeded what was expected of him. And I think that mentality has put him in position to become one of the best big men in the NBA. I can't wait to watch.
Wiggins from outside. The dive for the ball. It's stolen by Anthony. To the paint. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
A whole lot of everything for Karl Anthony Towns, the big who can stretch you from distance.
Deep 2 from Jennings. Got it off in time, but it's no good. So we've reached the end of the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we're halfway through this one. The new NBA season, it's Minnesota out in front at the half. They lead by 11. Shaq, let's get your opinion on their game so far.
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Welcome back.
Yelling in the club, I'm yelling in the club, I'm yelling in the club. Here we go, your drinks in the air, your drinks in the air, your drinks in the air. Girls everywhere, let me get your finest table dance. Thinking that should take you home and let your man pay the rest. I'm not a man for the we got to kill somebody. We already got it, here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Many rappers that been
everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Well, there are very few defenders who can check him one-on-one, and in fact, collectively, he's a challenge for defenses.
And New York, looking at who they've got. Melo and Porzingis, the two stars at the forward spots. Lee out there with Rose. And it's Noah in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Muhammad with it. He's against Lee. Muhammad, no luck.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Muhammad covering. Rose with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 11. And here's Stevenson. Top of the key, Aldridge. Stevenson kicks to Dunn. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Knicks trail by 14. Rose passes to Porzingis. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Misses the 3.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Rose kicks it to Noah. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Bielitsa passes to Dunn. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
I think if you look historically at the Timberwolves, the best years for this franchise were during the prime Kevin Garnett era. Obviously, they finished atop the West back in 2004. Best showing in franchise history. And they end up losing to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Lee outside. And Lance Stevenson pulls it down.
Rough start to the third quarter. 4 attempts, no makes.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And that 2004 Wolves team was led by Kevin Garnett, the big ticket. That was the season where he won the team's only national MVP award.
And Kevin, what a shame that team fell short of making the finals. Injuries, if you remember, slowed them up in the playoffs. They weren't full strength. You look back, and that season was pure magic for Timberwolves fans.
Want to survey in the NBA, Doris? Who would you say right now are the best at attacking the basket?
Well, I think obviously James Harden is a guy who comes immediately to mind. Somebody who can average 10 free throws a game over the course of a long NBA season. His ability to bait the defender into drawing that kind of contact. You wouldn't say that guy's electrifying in terms of his athleticism and dunking, but in terms of being that offensive player. And to me, the best offensive players are the ones who can get to the free throw line. Because on a night you don't have it going, guess what? Get myself to the free throw line.
Start to manufacture some things. Sometimes, though, they get that bad label of being selfish because they take it in what seem incredible odds as they take it in the lane. All kinds of defense in their way.
Yeah, and I don't like the term selfish, and you're right. That's what the narrative is out there, Kevin. But the reality is in the NBA, as you know, sometimes you need a guy who can string together 3 solid minutes of scoring, and that's what makes it fun for us. You know, James Harden, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, those guys who can really get rolling offensively. So fun.
And they like contact. Guys like that are fearless, and sometimes that does not become a big part of an analysis of what they do. But they've got to go in there with guts.
Guts? Huh? How would you think about this? How'd you like to have been the size of Allen Iverson?
Right. What a great example,
and drive in
fearless,
there.
Right?
So tough.
Fearless and tough to guard. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, the league and NBA teams have become much more aware of protecting players' health, and they're finding out that rest and sleep are a huge part of that. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr said medicine and science have improved, and thought processes do as well. He said in the old days, guys played 48 minutes. Well, we've made advances. We don't go backwards with this stuff. We go forwards. Guys, that's why they want their players off their feet as much as possible.
Good report, G.A. Thank you. Timberwolves leading by 10. Stevenson outside. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Doris, you've studied the league under both David Stern, the former commissioner, current commissioner, Adam Silver. What direction do you think the NBA is going right now?
You know, you never want to follow a legend, and you never want to follow a guy like David Stern, who put the NBA into a stratosphere completely different than the league he took over. But when you talk about a seamless transition and a guy who's paid his dues, so to speak, Adam Silver had been in the NBA office for so long. I love that his leadership style is different. He's not trying to be David Stern. He likes to be inclusive with his leadership. I don't think a commissioner has done a better job taking over for a legend.
Open-minded.
Totally open. You know what he is? David was perfect for his era. Adam is perfect for this era.
Well said. Now, here's Dunn. He's covered by Rose. Dunn dishes to Stevenson. The feed to Muhammad. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Muhammad's got 5.
Confidence is not an issue. Muhammad knows what he's doing offensively.
And Aldridge sends it back. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Inside. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Knicks making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. New York calls timeout. And the results for Minnesota haven't come just yet during their rebuild, but Doris, they have plenty of things to cheer for. This is one of the most dynamic and exciting offenses to watch in the league.
Oh, Kevin, there's no doubt. Up and down the roster, the Wolves have players that are always a threat to make a top 10 play. Wiggins and Levine, both some of the best dunkers in the league. Cat can do things most players his size only dream about.
Rubio with it. Passes to Towns. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by New York. They're looking out a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. They need to avoid that. Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Yeah, bottom line, more boards means more possessions, and that's how you build a lead.
Levine kicks to Wiggins. There's 3 pointers off the mark. Knicks trail by 14. Over in the corner, Rose. That 3 off the mark.
You know, something's off. His shot mechanics, perhaps, and they need him to shoot it well right now.
Anthony against Wiggins. Outside, Levine. Lets it go from deep. Towns kicks to Levine. Here's Rubio. Jang the pass to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Down below, an airmail special by Cat.
Rose kicks to Holiday. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Yes. Rose has got 4 assists now tonight.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Floats it up for Wiggins. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Holiday against Levine. New York moving the ball around. Rose with another miss.
Not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
No, feels like he's forcing things. Getting a little frustrated by not letting the game come to him.
A different look for New York. Kyle Quinn, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Jennings in for Rose. Rubio dishes to Towns. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Doris, the NBA is consistently evolving, changing all the time. What are the biggest changes you've seen in the league over the years?
Well, this should be an interesting conversation because if you think about Michael Jordan's era and how little impact the three-point shot had on the game, to the point where 2 years ago, Greg Popovich says, Kevin, and you've been calling the NBA a lot longer than I have, you can't win without the three-point ball. It's simply impossible. Would you say that that's been the single most significant change?
Probably brought more in focus with what Curry and Thompson have done. I love the ball movement.
It's a lot of fun.
The game is so much more pleasing to the eye now than, say, in the 90s.
Okay, and let me ask you this. So we talk about the three-point shot. The other thing with Golden State, and you mentioned Stephen Clay, this small ball, is that sort of a revolutionary thing that perhaps is not going to go back?
Well, the athletic ability, the length of their arm span, the ability to jump, they can almost equal what a big man would do, even in a smaller frame, a different kind of form, and maybe they've been able to adjust that way. I mean, what do you think?
It's as you know, and you know this better than I do, it's a sort of a reactionary league. And so you saw a team like Washington go away from a double low post that got them to the Eastern Conference Finals, try to play small, and they take a step back.
Yes, good point. The Knicks making a switch here. Lee's checked in. It's tipped. Towns with the steal. And now with the fast break, Rubio with the ball. On the wing, Wiggins, covered by Anthony. Shoots from 14. Wiggins drives in, and Wiggins throws it down.
Listen, he's figuring out how to maximize his immense physical gifts, but Andrew Wiggins being aggressive on the drive.
And Anthony gets double teamed. Here's Hernan Gomez. Bucket is good. 7 points in the game. 1:33 left to play here in the third. Wiggins outside. Zhang with a screen on Anthony. Wiggins kicks to Towns. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Now you think about Jeff Hornacek's reputation as a coach. He runs a modern offense, likes to get his guys out and running in transition, and he's going to spread the floor with players that can drive and shoot and have no problem letting it fly from deep. That's fun.
For all our viewers that remember just how Hornacek was as a player, the way he designs and executes his offense makes a lot of sense.
It sure does, Kevin, because Hornacek, the player, was a dead-eye shooter who could punish you if you left him open. And his style is something that seems to be the remedy to what the Knicks were too prone to doing in recent years, long twos and not capitalizing in transition.
Anthony against Wiggins. Shot clock at 5. Bean passes to Towns. Nice job coming off that screen. Towns has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, you talk about a dominant quarter. Everything's coming up points for this guy.
Here's Jennings, and the rejection by Towns. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Wiggins against Anthony. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. New York's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Hernan Gomez. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Jennings. To the middle. Here's Hernan Gomez. Defended by Towns. The shot by Anthony, no good.
He needs to complete that opportunity. Really shocking he botched that.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here's Dunn. We've got Cole Aldrich. Shabazz Muhammad is out there with Bialits. Lance Stevenson. And it's Dunn in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Back to Muhammad. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up. High post. He can't get it to go. So New York will take it the other way.
You know, despite his cold shooting, his team is still winning.
And the pass to Hernan Gomez. Well, the competition committee, Doris, is always looking at new ideas, looking at the NBA from so many different angles, so many different levels. Do you have a take on switching to the top 16 seeding in the playoffs, for instance? I know that's been a topic of late.
You know, one of my favorite things about the NBA is they are always on the cutting edge of self-evaluation. And if they identify a weakness, then they're going to be proactive and make a change. The most fair way to seed in the playoffs is to pick the 8 best teams from the 2 respective conferences. Divisions clearly perhaps had a place in the past. They no longer do. Let's seed everybody 1 to 8. It's the fairest, easiest way to get the best teams competing in the fairest fashion. So I 100% agree to seeding 1 through 8 regardless of division.
The shot's good on the assist by Jennings.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Jones kicks to Bielitsa. There's the pick. Dishes it to Muhammad. Shoots from the right block. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Yeah, that's taking the direct approach. He didn't shy away from the size mismatch at all. Just took it right to him.
And so many different personalities in the NBA, Doris. You've gotten to know a lot of them. Who stands out as being some of the great players just to talk about the game within this league?
Well, LeBron James, I think, does a really nice job for me of answering questions in a very thoughtful manner. You'll see him just take a second to process whatever it is I've asked, and then really try to give the fan at home a sense of what he was thinking in that particular matchup.
Good to know.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
He's a very, as you know, such a cerebral player, and that translates to the postgame.
And rush kicks to Muhammad. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Joakim Noah is checked in for the Knicks. Knicks trail by 18. Right side Rose. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Kept alive by New York. Some nice passing by New York here. Second chance shot. And it's laid in by Rose. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
Here's Aldridge, covered by Noah. Jones dishes to Aldridge. And Cole Aldridge with the slam.
He just powered that.
One of the game's top dunkers. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
I thought he had it for a second. Barely bounced off his fingertips.
Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Anthony. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You know, Melo has such a strong base. It's so easy for him to secure rebounds because of that strength. You know, ever since Carmelo came into this league, he's been very comfortable as an isolation one-on-one scorer. Today's NBA, though, trending a little bit more toward great ball movement, involvement by everybody.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it.
And the shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. To the right side. Muhammad with it. Anthony on him. Shoots from 14. No good off the back of the rim. New York with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. And he lays in the alley-oop.
When things come together for Porzingis, he can be too much to handle for any defender.
Now here's Muhammad, covered by Anthony. Unloads from 9, and Muhammad gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 13. For New York, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Rose passes to Noah. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Boy, his ball security flawless in the first half. But since then, it's an absolute disaster.
Timberwolves leading by 13. And Muhammad kicks to Jones. Back to Muhammad. Not going to go that time. And New York will come the other way. Muhammad with the steal. And the shot is long.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
Porzingis, shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Porzingis has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him.
Here's Jones. Feeds it to Aldrich. In the corner, Rush with it. Hits the three-point bomb.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Down low. And Noah with the slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Jones for 3, and another 3 for Minnesota.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Here's Rose. He feeds it to Noah. That one good for 2.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Timberwolves leading by 13. Bielitsa passes to Jones, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And you know he's not going to back down anytime soon. It doesn't matter if they're trailing or holding a lead like they are right now. He's going to keep pouring it on.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
One term you always hear when you talk about Tom Thibodeau is his work ethic. He's always spending late nights at the office analyzing tape doors and doing everything he can to make sure he hasn't missed something in a game plan.
You and I both know, Kevin, this is one of the most intense coaches in the game when it comes to preparation, and it's because of his work ethic that make him so appealing as a coach. You know, with a young group like the Wolves, having Thibodeau showing them what it takes to be successful is huge.
Lee with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Ball stolen. Jones dishes to Aldrich. Porzingis with the steal. Oh, and here he comes. Noah all alone. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. On the wing, Jones. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Andrew Wiggins with the statement finish.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jeff Hornacek said to his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Anthony. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, nice use of the up fake there. Melo got him to bite. Boy, you can look back over some of the legends who suited up in a New York Knickerbockers uniform. Walt Frazier, Patrick Ewing, Willis Reed. Names that will certainly live on in the proud history of this organization.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Muhammad, he's checked in for Wiggins. And Stevenson comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's done in for Tyus Jones. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the Knicks, regular playoff contenders from the late 60s through the turn of the century. But just 4 playoff appearances, Doris, in the last 15 years. How did they get to being back as a playoff regular?
Well, Kevin, you know, with the new luxury tax and league-wise exposure, big markets don't have the same advantage they once did. In the media capital of New York, it's hard to go young and build from the ground up, but it's getting harder to create a winner any other way.
Here's the screen. Nobody near Stevenson. Another miss by Minnesota. Knicks trail by 14. Lee outside. Not going to go that time. Good D by Stevenson. Count the basket.
Oh, that pass was right on the money. He'll get a well-deserved high five for that one.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Now, here's Dunn. Not a lot of room. Off the pick. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Timberwolves.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first 2. And what a huge standout performance it was for Towns. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
That's what you call filling the lane to perfection. Anthony with the quick hitting bucket.
He tries for 3. Dunn misses.
And not doing his team any favors jacking up 3-pointers. He needs to realize that right away.
Knocked loose and stolen by Dunn. Feeds to Aldridge. Back to Stevenson. Baseline J on the way. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Here's Noah. It's deflected, but they recover it. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that'll wrap it up, folks, for
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have Karl Anthony Towns. And that's it for tonight. But we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.